Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life Off the Ball with Global Life. Today we have the Michelle Snow with us. Hey Michelle, how are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for being here with us. Would love to hear your story of transitioning from the athlete that you were as alumni for Tennessee, 13-year veteran in WNBA, a dunker both in college and in WNBA. So, we got some stuff to talk about. So I'll pass it on to you to just, share what this journey started from you from basketball to Nike, where you are today.
I think for me, that journey from basketball to Nike started kind of with my mom. That was kind of my rock and my foundation, my fuel. A lot of people know she passed after a 14-year battle with lupus,
I'm
but
glad
she
to hear that.
really, thank you. She really inspired me in a lot of ways. She taught me the power of words. I remember we were watching the NBA Finals when Jordan pushed off to win that champion. He did push off. I don't care what y'all say. He can get mad. Everybody, I don't care. He pushed off, but he won his sixth title. It was an emotional moment. I'm a kid. I'm watching this with my family, and we were talking, and I was like, I'm going to play overseas one day because there was no WNBA for us
Right.
at that time. So they were like, well, college first. And I was like, okay, cool. And I don't know where or why I said this, but I was like, I'm going to get 17 scholarships. You're not going to have to worry about me going to college. I knew my mom was sick.
Yeah.
My mom's a double major science major, military, two military parents. So she was on top of her stuff. She just
Right. She didn't play.
Oh, she did not play. She was a true black mother.
Good.
But I remember telling her, I was like, I'm going to get 17 scholarships. And I remember her looking back at me and was like, I believe you. Simple as that. Fast forward to high school, and I'm at it's signing day. I'm getting ready to sign with Tennessee. And I hand her a box with 150 scholarships, academic and athletic,
Oh
from
wow.
Harvard, Stanford, Duke. I could have went to any school in the country.
That's what's up.
And but you got to remember, I thought this was normal. I really thought this was normal. So I'm like handing her the box. Like I told you I was gonna get 17, but I got 150 plus.
Right.
So me. And she burst into tears. And
Oh,
one thing I can't take is my mom crying. And so like I'm getting emotional now because I'm like, why are you crying? I told you I was gonna
right.
do it. I'm confused. Like, why are you so
The
emotional?
happy moment, right?
It took years to understand how powerful those words were in that moment
Mhm.
and how much I believed them. And there have been many moments when I told people I would dunk and they were like, only men can dunk. Women can't dunk. Y'all have hips. Y'all got to have babies. And yet I did it. I've been told over and over throughout my life what I can and cannot do.
Right.
Um, when I played basketball, they were like, focus on basketball. That's your career. And I was like, but I want to do business on the side. Like basketball's not guaranteed. I might get hurt. I've seen so many things from people getting drafted and handed a
Yeah.
trash bag. They don't even get to play in their first game, but technically they were at training camp. I've seen
Right.
some crazy things.
Yep.
Even
100.
when I got drafted to Houston, I didn't unpack for 2 years. 2 years.
Because you just
Houston
didn't know
had
you're gonna be there, right?
Houston had never kept a rookie. They had just won four titles,
Right.
four world championships. And although I'm coming from Tennessee, it was kind of like, boo, we Tennessee, we don't need you.
Right.
So, and when I got off the plane, the first thing they did was they had me come in and do a workout.
Oh wow. Okay.
Coaches there, other people are there. You know how you can tell they're watching you, and at the
Mhm.
end of this workout, you might not have a job.
Right.
Was my transition into pro sports.
Wow.
And I think you have to preface that or add to that. We just left the national championship at Tennessee where we won four straight SEC titles, two Final Fours. Like I had a pretty good career at Tennessee.
Right.
And that is still
Yep.
kind of tough.
Right. Like you still have to prove yourself, right? Like, that was fun, but that's in the past. Next.
Yes.
Next
And
level.
I tell people I liken it to this. When you first try out for your basketball team, you're trying to make the team.
Hmm.
That's what's going to happen in middle school. The same thing's going to happen in high school. And just because you made it in middle school doesn't mean you're gonna make it in high school.
Correct.
Same goes for college.
Yeah.
Most players are not going to jump from one level to the next and start along the way. I was
Hmm.
blessed to be able to do that. A lot of people get left behind in that process. There are
Yeah.
millions of players when you look across high school, and I think it's 300 and some, like 350,000 across college.
Yeah.
That would be one.
I mean, there's literally 2% of D1 players go pro. Even though we all think that we will, only 2% are able to do what
Preach.
we were able to do, right?
Preach. Um, I think that's a big deal. I also understand that one of the things I remember someone said it is easier for you to get butt naked and walk through the woods and not get bit by a mosquito than to make it to the pros.
Wow, that's
After that
I
journey
never
and
heard that one, but I
realizing
guess yeah, that tracks.
2%, I was like, dang, butt naked in the woods.
That tracks.
Extreme, but it's stuck.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that was a turning point. There have been many moments. I've seen so many people who've been injured and they
Mm,
didn't make it because an injury just came at the wrong time.
yeah.
And it was one that they couldn't recover from. I, I just wish kids understood, like right now, basketball is in a place that it has never been before.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. This is a completely different
yeah,
planet, time zone, timeline, everything is just different.
global. Yesterday on Instagram, the WNBA is one of the highest, most sought after sports, and in terms of actual dollar value
Yeah,
globally for
yeah,
women's sports.
yeah,
We're
that
now
is
number one.
crazy. And yeah, I love it. It's fantastic, but it's still crazy. It's still
It's
unreal.
crazy. But
And
as
so,
we continue to transition this game, and as players transition in and out of this game,
yeah,
that's something that we need to talk about and discuss. And that's why I was like, when you wanted to have me on, I was like, I'm definitely there because I know what that transition is like.
yeah,
I lost
yeah,
my mom, then Houston folded. And
yeah,
so
which I'm
they're
still sad 'cause I'm still waiting for it to come back because they have all these teams coming.
how they
I
gonna
need
announce
one
three new
in,
teams and Houston
I
isn't one
need
of them?
one in this city right now.
I feel like I need to come down there and do the groundwork.
I mean, let me know. We can start some.
I feel like it. But just that the team is folding now. So you got a team that just won 4 world championships that no longer exists.
Right.
And this is early in the league. We're out of the black. So teams are making money. And I'm going now and I go, if I can't retire from Houston, I want to play in every major city. But
Hmm.
each one of those cities was another transition,
Yes.
new style of play,
Team, your
new
culture.
coaches, culture, players. It was a lot. And
Yeah.
then you have to remember, I played concurrently for 16 years in overseas as well.
Right.
So you're also getting the cultural immersion and those experience over there as well. It's a lot.
Don't we know?
You become very adaptable very quickly.
Yep. And that's what makes us special as an athlete, right?
Thank
That's what
you.
makes us special. We are adaptable, we are resilient, and we can figure it out quickly.
Thank you. Thank you. Because that's the point of the transition. And I think people sometimes our identity is linked to basketball.
Yes.
And as I moved from the court to corporate, I was kind of like, why are they recruiting me? Like Claire Hamill, who is now the new president
Mhm.
of the Portland team,
Yeah.
recruited me to come into the Nike Win program.
Hmm.
As she's recruiting me, I'm kind of like, okay, I get to learn how to run some of my companies on the side. I'm gonna let them pay me to do this internship while I learn how to run my businesses
Right.
the way they do, because they've been very successful at it. At the
Right.
same time, it's another transition.
Yeah.
It took 9 months to learn the language here.
I can imagine. Listen, yes, I can imagine.
It took a very long time to learn the language. You have people who love you because you played and they're huge fans, and you have
Mhm.
some people who look at you like, oh, you think you more than everybody else.
Right. Or you just here because you played. Like you
Yes.
should be
So
here.
you got to navigate all of that.
Yeah.
And the one thing, it took me 2 years, and I remember I was on the stage speaking at a Nike footwear leadership event, and I think there's about 1,700 footwear people in the audience. And I just got on stage and I shared my story, and my story just basically came down to I felt like an imposter for 2 years.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
didn't feel like my skills translated. They told me to stay and wait and trust the process.
Right.
You know how hard it is to trust the process for two
It,
years?
it very is,
I'm
especially when
from
you come from a
Florida.
place where you were at the top, right? Like you were a basketball player, you knew what you were doing, you were good at what you did, and now you have to humble yourself and be in a place where you don't know what's going on. You feel
Yes.
dumb pretty much every day,
Yes.
and you have to trust the process, which
Yes.
is not a familiar process.
Yes. And they're telling you, speak. What's your opinion? And I go, I don't even know what you just said. You're speaking in Japanese, number one. And I was just like, but this is where basketball really
Yeah,
helped.
yeah,
Basketball forces you to manage up. You have to
yeah,
learn how to pull the best out of your teammates.
yeah.
And when you're in another country and you don't speak the same language, you have to find a way to get that
You gotta wait.
information. And
Yep.
if they don't give it to you in the right language, You better figure it out. And you
Yeah.
do. So you begin to ask questions. Could you say in layman's terms what you just said?
Yeah.
Could you be very direct? I do not read between the lines well, and I don't want to answer the wrong question.
Right.
You begin to learn how to ask the right questions better.
Hmm.
You begin to understand the expectations. And then once you learn the terminology, which is the hardest piece, you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But going through that process, it was very humbling.
Hmm.
Even to this day, you're always gonna find people that are gonna make you prove that you belong, or
Oh yeah.
or that you know what you're doing. They're gonna question your credibility. Well, what does a I like right now? I do core performance running. I do running, and I have people questioning sometimes.
What
Well,
do you know about
she's a
running?
basketball player. What does she know about running? And I'm like,
Right.
do they know that I ran?
Right. Like a
I
lot.
literally ran track. I played both sports. Like I ran 5 miles at 5 a.m. every morning.
Oof.
And I
Kudos to you, because why?
it's one of those things that we deal with as athletes. Sometimes I've had people come up and say, "You are so articulate." And then when
Yeah,
I
which
look at
is
them
not a
like
compliment, by
this,
the way, but okay.
that's not a compliment. It's insulting.
It's very much so. Like we all went to college, we all have degrees. Like we're
You're
just
basically saying that
athletes
because
on
I'm an
top.
athlete, I'm supposed to be a dumb jock, and that
Yeah.
because I did not meet those expectations, you would like to give me a backslap,
Right.
a backhanded compliment. And you have to show up in those rooms and still sit there and go, I'll look at you crazy because I'm not going to say thank you for that. Um, but you have to acknowledge those moments and then learn how do you navigate and move through them so that the next person doesn't have to go through them. Same
Exactly.
thing that sport does. Sport unites us, right?
Yeah.
It unites every country, every culture. So when you move into coach and into corporate, you're learning the same things, but before you can do any of that and make any change, you have to learn the actual chessboard,
Yes.
how it
100%.
moves, what does the game plan look like. That takes time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was on that stage at year two and I was just like, I feel like an imposter.
Yeah.
I didn't know until maybe a month ago that I do belong here. That the
Yeah.
skills from the basketball court where I can play with
Translate.
anybody. I don't care what your religion, race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation. I don't care.
Right. We're all here for one mission only, win this
I
game.
want to win.
Yep.
Cultural immersion is cool. I realize playing in other countries and not being there on the weekend or for 2 weeks for a vacation. Like we
It's
live
different.
there and learn their actual cultures. We learn how to deal and talk with different people, how to have hard
Mhm.
conversations.
Yeah.
Because you're going to talk about politics and all that overseas. So you learn to navigate having hard conversations and difficult
Yeah.
conversations. You learn to lead because over there, love and basketball is correct. You are Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah,
They'll
100%.
expect you
Like
to
you green
lead.
light, go ahead. We pay you for a reason. Do what you got to
Give the ball to you.
What you got to do.
for us to win. That's yeah. That was very real. That was
That's
actually very real.
like isn't I love those types of things because they to me it drives home the point. Like
Yeah.
that was an accurate portrayal in that movie.
Yeah.
And coming into corporate, I could feel it because I was like, oh, okay, wait, all the team building exercises that we learned in college and in the pros, learning how to go on a team and maybe you're on an AAU team and y'all don't meet very often. You got to figure out how to play together and what people's strengths
Mhm.
and weaknesses are very quickly and put
Yeah.
people in the correct spots. Like that's what corporate America is. It is genuinely just like playing on a team.
It is, but the only difference is now you've come to a place where most people that have not played on a team don't know how to be good team members, right? So
And
you have
that's
to
the hard part.
adapt and learn how to still have that core value of being a team member in an environment that is not team oriented.
I agree. And there are days where it could be a little tough, but I think for the most part, most people here, sport unites like
Yes.
Nike, so we're good there.
Yeah.
Um, and most people want to do the right thing, and that's why I just like to assume best intent or that a person doesn't know the impact of their actions. And
Right.
that's okay because I know sometimes as a 6'5" Black woman walking into a room, I naturally may intimidate people. Is that wrong? Should I have to cower because someone is afraid of my height and that makes them feel insecure? I should not. At
Right.
the same time, I'm self-aware and I'm socially aware of the
Yeah.
room. And that's where sports teaches you to be approachable and
Hmm.
how to do that and how to kind of share without oversharing.
Yeah.
So and that's kind of where I'm at now is learning what to share and what not to share And I think as athletes, we kind of know we've had so many teammates and so many different incidents
Yes.
globally. We know who to trust and who not to trust, and we know who's of it
100%.
and who's
Yeah.
not. We
100%.
know. We it's like you can read that. You just had hundreds of teammates, and sometimes even without speaking the language, you start to read different things and you
Yeah.
become very accurate at reading certain things.
Yeah, but we definitely have to become very adept at understanding character, right? Because you are now in a place where you're vulnerable. You're in a country that's not your home. You don't have family. You're by yourself. So who can I trust? Who can I make my chosen family during this next 8 months in whatever country, right? And that's a skill
Absolutely.
that we have to learn.
It is. And you have to remember these are women that are going overseas sometimes by themselves.
Yeah,
So you don't get the luxury of, I think in the US, sometimes, not all women, because I didn't have this luxury growing up. I had to pay attention because I was the caretaker.
right.
But you're forced to do that when you go overseas.
Oh
You're
yeah.
forced to watch your back. I bet you won't let your phone go dead. Get pulled over if something happens. You learn to be very self-sufficient and
Yeah,
you learn skills, life skills
yeah.
that translate into look at how many of us are running businesses.
hmm Yeah, there's actually a really great statistic that said most of the CEOs, women
Play forward
CEOs,
90%.
yep, play sports. Yep, 100%. That's it. So this is definitely a great, a great segue because it's like now that you've been at Nike, it's been 2 years already.
No, I'll be 5 years in September.
5 years now. Oh, wow. Okay. So how's that transition from, you had this imposter syndrome that was kind of like
Mhm.
crippling you the first 2 years to where you are now? How, this extra 3 years, what did that look like? What did you learn? And what has been like the biggest, I guess, challenge that you got past
Um,
that?
I gave myself the biggest challenge. I had great teammates and I've had great leaders. I've had a lot of leaders in a short period of time, but they've all like taught me valuable lessons. It's almost like every coach teaches you a different style.
Hmm.
That's kind of what happened here. My teammates are freaking amazing.
That's
They
awesome,
empowered me. My leaders empowered me. They allow me to be myself and show up authentically as myself.
which is
So
great.
after my first 2 years, when I was like, okay, I belong here. I know the language. I need to challenge myself now and do something different
Yeah.
because I worked on basketball product when I first got here. So the KD and LeBron stuff. So
Yeah.
now it's like, how do I move and do something I'm not familiar with to test where my skills are?
Yeah.
I moved in core performance running, and performance
Nice.
product is different. Carbon plates, Kipchoge breaking world record shoes getting banned across the world. Like it's a different type of product, and I do the core version of those products, which I love because now I get to give back to my community. I
Hmm.
couldn't even afford a core shoe growing up with my
Right.
mom being ill. I actually wore Riddell's that had a hole about that big on the bottom, and I would slide my
Mhm.
feet. So being able to work on that product and give something back to the community where we over deliver,
Yeah.
that was a challenge. And hopefully, I can't say anything right now, but hopefully, as that product starts to drop, y'all can see that that there's a team of us that care and that really put a lot of passion into bringing something to our community
That's awesome.
affordable during very difficult times with tariffs and the cost
Right.
of rent and everything else.
Yeah. No, that's great. I definitely look forward to seeing what that looks like because I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
So, what would be one piece of advice that you actually, no, let me take a step back. What do you think would have been helpful for you in the first 2 years, right? Because not learning language for that
Mhm.
long, what could have been done differently that will help you accelerate the way you picked up what you needed to pick up?
I think my team did the best way.
Mhm.
My team actually was like, you're going to sit in meetings and you're not going to do anything but take notes.
Mhm.
And it allowed me to immerse myself, learn at
Yeah.
my own pace. Thankfully, I had some goats on my team who were good, but more importantly, I had people on my team who knew how to be good leaders.
Which
And
is,
I think leadership is
yeah,
huge.
yeah,
And you can tell when someone knows how to lead, you can tell when they're new to leading, and you can tell when they don't know and don't care.
right.
They knew and they cared. And they put me in positions to be able to absorb. So I think for the first 6 months, we didn't do anything. We just
Mm,
kind of learned and we watched them. They had
yeah,
the philosophy of I do, we do, and then you do.
yeah.
So you got to watch them, then they did it with you, and then they let you do it on your
But
own.
yeah,
And
no,
that
that's
was their
awesome.
process. Yeah. And I was like, this is great. I already know that this is the way you should be teaching things.
Yeah.
Um, so that was really good. Shout out to my old team. They are fire. Oh, and for the fans, that new V5 runner, one of my teammates did that bad boy. Just gonna
Awesome.
throw that out
Okay,
there.
shout out.
Ashley Robinson from the WNBA.
Okay, A-Rob. Shout
I gotta
out.
give him my shout out.
We'll,
But
we'll, we'll tag her.
we gotta tag her. But my team even just showing her how to get there and how to do that.
Mhm.
And I remember after they showed us how to do it, when they first did it with us, we had to go right, like, okay, this is our idea. Can't say more than that. I remember they had a meeting where we shared the ideas with them before we shared it with our outside partners.
Mhm.
I remember telling them I had to go to the bathroom. I went in the bathroom and cried because that feedback was
Was rough.
it was rough. Ooh. But I told them I was like, just because I cry doesn't mean I don't want the feedback. I'm an
Right.
athlete. Give me the feedback. I'm gonna go in here and cry. And when I come back out, I'm gonna
I'll
deliver
fix it.
too.
There
I'm
you go.
going to deliver against the feedback. And that was the thing our team learned because I came back and Ashley was like, girl, if I got that feedback you got, I would have cried. I said, what do you think I was doing in the bathroom? But at the same time, I think, like you said, resilience. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep showing up. It's just make sure you're in an environment. I would say this to people that are transitioning: make sure you're in an environment with someone that genuinely wants to help you.
Yeah.
And remember, there are comrades, constituents, and confidants. Know the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. No,
Some people are
100%.
only helping you because you helping them.
Yeah.
Some people are only rolling with you because y'all are rolling in the same direction and it
Action.
benefits them. And
Yeah.
some people really got your doggone back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I can say that that's been my experience as well when transitioning into corporate, just finding good leaders that you want to follow and that you want to learn from as being what has helped me the most.
Yeah.
Um, the feedback part is funny because I used to tell folks that, hey, I used to get yelled at by a lot of coaches. You can tell me if something is wrong because I'm not about to sit here you give
Same.
me like good job, but it's really not good, and then we find out later. I'd rather you tell me what's wrong now so we can fix it quickly than and I know and that's cultural again, right? Because you have to be PC, you have to make sure you don't hurt people's feelings. Like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
You're not gonna hurt my feelings. That's why the first thing you should do, my manager now will tell you this. Every meeting, she would tell me what I was doing well. And then we stop. And I'd be like, how can I get 1% better?
Right. Like what okay, that's
Here's
good.
what I'm working on this week. What are the priorities? Because I can't do all 10 of these things. What are your top
Hmm.
priorities? Okay, here's what I'm working on. Because sometimes you have to be able to share what you're doing so they can give you feedback.
Feedback. Yeah.
And you're right. It's how do you get that leader and pull that out of them? Because as athletes, we do want to be coached.
Yeah.
Coached. I
Yes.
don't want to be, I don't
100%.
need you
I
to
need a
pat
game
me on the
plan.
back. I don't need you to give me compliments. I want to know how to win. I want to
Yes.
be the best. I want to do the best work. I would do the preparation. I'm going to outwork everybody in the room.
100%.
I
And I
work when
think
no
that's
one's looking.
yeah.
And my
And
manager
that's what
kind
we
of
have. Yeah.
that's what we have. And she sees that because she'll see me sending emails at 9, 10, 11, 2 a.m. in the morning. She sees me working after hours. I'm in the office on Friday dissecting samples. She
Hmm.
sees that, and then I share it in our weekly meetings.
Yeah.
She'll be like, do we need to meet this week? Yes, we need to meet every week because I need to know how to get better. I need to know what my priorities are. I
Yeah.
always have questions.
Yeah. Hey, questions I feel like save lives. I don't think there's any question that should not be asked. You might sound dumb at the moment,
Absolutely.
but then you have the answer, and then that's it. You're over it. You learn something new next time, right? Not asking and staying in that ignorant space, I think, is what makes the problem start, right?
Yes.
Don't be afraid to ask. That would be my biggest thing. Like, ask for help, ask for clarification, just ask, and the answer
I
will
was,
deliver you.
I was that kid that I would ask a question and I'm going to ask you five whys after. And as an adult, I'm the same way.
Yeah,
And I'm asking because if I got to keep asking you why, that means it's not clear and I don't
exactly.
understand it. And
Exactly.
I'm also learning that as I learn the language and I navigate, and I'm learning new stuff every single day, I'm
Mhm.
also learning how to be clearer and more concise as well.
Yeah.
And that's just when I think you have to have the conversation around, hey, be very direct with me. Please don't make me read between the lines. I'm not going to
Hmm.
understand it. Just tell me exactly what you need. I will get you exactly what you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I can't understand it, I will probably come up because I'm a fixer. So if
Hmm.
you throw something at me, I'm gonna throw 10 solutions back at the wall.
Right.
It might not be what you wanted because I didn't know what you
But
wanted.
exactly. So if you're not clear, you might get a bunch of options until
Yeah.
we get some clarification, right? Yeah.
You know, when we run a basketball play, we have 3 to 4 options for every play. That's the way
Exactly.
we've been trained for like 30 years.
Hmm.
So we're going to come up with multiple solutions.
Yep.
And just because it isn't the one you wanted, just help. And I think asking the right questions is part of that. And my manager stays on me about that because sometimes I have to work really hard on that
Yeah.
because it is a new language culture and it is a different part of even the
Yeah.
company. It's just
Yeah.
different. And every time you change and go to a new role, it's like I said, I'm trying to make the team again, I'm back on the bench.
Yep.
I
Now
wrote
100%.
I had pine in my butt when I first got to Houston because I got no playing time. My second year, I'm most improved in the league, and everybody was like, "She's most improved. Oh my God, where did she come from?"
The
I
bench.
was on the bench.
That's where I came from. The bench.
I was on the bench. Nothing changed.
Right.
I just got an opportunity, and
Yeah.
I think the biggest piece is with transition is understanding you might not get to shine immediately. You may have to take your time. There are things that you can learn, watch. There are people that you can help and learn from.
Yeah.
Use that time to get better.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to start over and go back to the bench. That doesn't mean you won't be a starter. Make all-star. That doesn't mean you can't win a championship. It just means that you have to understand where you are on the chessboard.
No, 100%. And I think that's the biggest problem that we're trying to solve with Global Life, right? Like building this platform where as athlete we can find all the resources that we need to get help, right? Being able to find a career coach, be able to find a mental health provider, be able
Yes,
to find all these pieces that we don't know where to look for. I mean, we can Google it to death, but like, why would I have to go to all different resources where I can have everything in one place? And I think that will
exactly.
solve the problem that you just mentioned, right? Being able to start over, but with the right team around you, with the right coaches, with the right support. That's what we're trying to work on here.
I agree, and I love that because there are several people that are doing things like this, and I think what you're doing is making a one-stop shop for
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
which is needed because I think as athletes, the type of therapists that we want and need are going to be different. Because if you're
Yeah.
going to be passive and ask me questions, I
It's, it's not gonna work. I'm like, all
my
right, I'll
mom
talk to you
passed. I
later.
know that therapist thought I was crazy. Could you just tell me what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
what is the cut? I was like, I have a psych degree. I already know I know CBT. I already understand all of this stuff. Give me the practical strategy so that I can improve this and do better.
right.
I already understand I'm is unhealthy. I understand that I'm grieving.
That's
Help
why I'm here.
me
Right.
with a practical step. Oh,
Yeah.
I did. Just tell
Right.
me how to fix it.
You're right. No, 100%. And we've been intentional, right? On finding people that work with athlete or that used to be athlete because we want to make sure that that bridge, that gap is
Yes.
closed because there is a difference in what we need as athlete that the norms don't necessarily have that need for, right?
100.
So yeah, no, that's big because it's definitely
Yeah.
a challenge.
We don't need you to protect our feelings. Yes, we may still cry,
But
but I
we'll
guarantee
wipe
you
them
we're
off
gonna
and
wipe
start
those.
over.
Thank you. We're gonna
See,
wipe those tears and we're gonna get up and go do what we need to do.
yeah, yeah. I had a coach when I was a kid in Italy that I promise you, every time he yelled at me, I cried. And I didn't want to. He would just see my face and he had these ice blue eyes and I would cry every time. And and I go get the ball and do whatever he just yell at me for. But I was like, why am I crying? Yo, this man is scary. But guess what? I still did what I was supposed to do and I got me what
That
I was supposed to
part.
get. So yeah,
That
we're definitely not afraid of the hard words or the hard work or the hard emotions. We just need to be addressed a little bit differently. That's all.
that's exactly what it is. It's you want to be pushed.
Mhm.
And I think sometimes, especially as women, when someone sees you tearing up or crying, they assume you can't take it. And
Right.
that's why I also go, we have to do the one thing about us as athletes that I would tell us to do better. And the biggest piece of advice is that when we played in the league, we had an agent and we
Hmm.
had, people that spoke for us and advocated for us.
Yeah.
You get into the real world, you better learn how to be your own sports agent.
Ooh.
And you can do that without bragging, you can do it without name dropping. there's a way to do it, and there are videos, TED Talks, all of that on those
Hmm.
things. 'Cause most of us, a lot of us don't like to talk or brag.
Yeah,
That's kind of why I'm working and running, and a lot of people don't know that I run. I'm just not the type that likes to kind of
yeah.
talk about myself or those things. I want to put the team first because we're team first mentality.
No, I get it because I had coworkers and I've been at my job for 8 years. And they was like, "Why didn't I know you play basketball?" I was like, "I don't know. Was I supposed to tell you?" Like, "Oh, that's super cool." I was like, "Okay, thanks."
Thank you.
But it's not necessarily like, like my calling card. And to your point, like at the beginning, I was trying to hide that I actually play sports because I didn't want to be
Same.
seen as a like a dumb job, right?
Yeah, I want to be seen as a person, not as an
Right,
athlete with all the
exactly.
stereotypes that you're going to throw on me,
Right,
the assumptions that you're going to make that I now have to come into every room and pull every one of those things off
right, right.
and fight to be heard.
Right. But on the flip side, it turns out that actually being an athlete is what made
It's
me
helpful.
progress in my career. And,
Mhm.
so we need to find a way to still take advantage of that, right? Like you
Yes.
said, without bragging, without having to make it our personality, but it is part of who we are, right?
Yeah,
And
you
it
got to be
does
your
help.
sports agent.
Yeah.
You got to speak for yourself. And I'm learning to navigate that too. It's very difficult for me.
Yeah.
And that's not on them, that's on us.
Yeah.
That's on us. And we have media and all of that type of training. I think, like you said, we don't necessarily need or want the spotlight. We want it on the team, not
Hmm.
on ourselves,
Right.
because that's just how we've been conditioned for so long.
Yeah.
But I also think that's why we're a gift to corporate and to when we start entrepreneurships and go and open our own businesses,
Yeah.
is we embrace diversity. We don't care if you go to the same places I go, eat what I eat. We don't have to do the same things. I
Yeah.
just need you to cover my blind spot. I'm a
Hmm.
good rebounder. You're a good shooter. We're gonna work out. You're a good ball
Work.
handler. We gonna work out. Whereas some people kind of sometimes want everything to be very
Same.
vanilla is very same.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't fit the culture. And I go, nah, the culture should fit everyone. And if it
Hmm.
doesn't,
Then there's this a
I'm gonna
change.
make everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah. No, 100%. That's a very true statement. I never even thought about it that way. But that's a very good way to put it, right? Like a team is formed by five people that has different roles that complement each other, right? And
Yes.
that's just like obviously basketball speak, but that should be how it is in corporate or whatever other career path that you move forward with, right? You want to work with people that complement you because if we all do the same thing, that means we have that blind spot is going to remain blind because nobody can see it, nobody cover it.
And you can't be creative and you can't innovate and you can't do new things. My
Exactly.
first team, they did a great job of that. We did this in college. Pat made us take Myers-Briggs. She was big on
Oh yeah, I
psychology
took that one
tests.
too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so my team had us do something similar when I first came in. So we knew everybody's gift on the team.
Wow. Yeah.
Everyone knew everyone's gift. We knew, okay, if I need this, I'm going to this person. If I need this, I'm
Hmm.
going to this person.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we respected each other's gifts because it might not be rebounding. We had some teammates that she was great at processes. She was going to give
Hmm.
you a process that was going to outline this and you weren't going to miss a step or a beat. Why would that
Hmm.
be helpful to someone that is transitioning into corporate? That's very
That's
helpful.
very helpful. Yep.
You have some people that are good at presenting. You have some people who come up with creative ideas. Some people are really good at navigating relationships. It's understanding each person's weaknesses and surrounding yourself with a team of people that cover those because
Hmm.
you're not going to be good at everything. And
Yep.
that's okay.
Yep. 100%. No, I love that. So I think, I mean, we could talk forever, obviously, but we probably shouldn't. But I want to ask you one closing question.
Mhm.
So based on everything that you said and your story, what would be the biggest piece of advice that you will give to an athlete that's struggling with the fear of, okay, what do I do after it's done? Like I keep playing until the wheels fall off because I'm not prepared for what's next. And what would be your advice for them?
First, don't, first, don't you wait until the wheels fall off and don't you wait until it's done. You're already dead in the water. You're DOA. You
Yeah.
had veterans on your team from day one. One of the things I did was the rookies. I wanted to make sure I formed a relationship with them. I took them to eat. I wanted to make sure they were good on every team. That's something I like to do because
Hmm.
I had people do that for me. Shamika Holtzclaw did that for me at Tennessee. When I
Hmm.
came into Houston, Cynthia Cooper did that for me. Like wherever she was, if she was working out extra, I was there. They're going to pour things into you that you don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with the team, what the expectations are, how you can get playing time, what you need to be working on. And also, when you know that your time may be up, because I tell people this, please don't wait until you're done. The
Yeah.
average pro career is 2 to 3 years, men or women's.
Yes, it is. Again, 2% over here because you said how many years you played? Said 15,
16 total.
16. I made it 10, so I was good on that.
Yes. But people will hear that and assume
And that's
everyone
normal.
does that. And I go, no, most people play 2 to 3 years. Why do you think the NFL, the pension starts at year 5? Nobody makes it to it.
Right.
WNBA, year 10, nobody makes it to it. Very few make it to
Yeah.
that space. And
Yeah.
these are the conversations that should be had. Like you even
Mm.
doing this recording is amazing because now parents and players are aware of the lifespan that they have.
Yeah.
Now they can begin to reach out. Social media makes it so easy for you to reach out and get help and get
Yeah.
mentorship. If you don't have someone on your team in your city, there's someone on the internet. This podcast is an opportunity for them to put their questions underneath here. And then we could do a whole nother session just answering their questions.
100%. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Always find a mentor who is already where you want to be. Because some
Yep.
people going to get a mentor, but baby, if I want to be a basketball player, I'm not going to ask a beautician. Because
Exactly.
some
You
people will
you
go,
gotta
well,
you gotta find
that's
what
my
you're looking for.
cousin. I'm asking my cousin. That's my homie. Your
Yeah,
cousin is
it's
not where you
it's
want
like
to
asking
be.
more advice to a broke person. That's not gonna get you anywhere.
Not gonna
So
get you anywhere. Ask someone that's where you want to be and be humble enough to go in and help them with something, even if it's putting away papers, stapling, whatever they need you to do, bring them their lunch.
yeah,
You don't have to be high and mighty, but if you do that, people will see that you're genuine. And if you keep showing up, they may not help you at first, but if you
but
keep
they'll
showing up,
remember.
you'll find somebody who will.
Yep, 100%. No, that's a great piece of advice. So y'all heard her. Be humble. Don't wait till the wheels fall off because it's gonna be too late.
DOA.
And also, like, especially when you play overseas, we have so much time on our hand. Plan, right? You practice
Build a
what,
business. You
four
might
hours
build
a day
4 or 5
most.
different companies.
Right. So yeah, definitely a lot to think about for options of things that can be done, right? While you're still playing and still living the life that you like and able to plan for the future, right? So, all right. But I think this is a good stopping point for this conversation. I think there's gonna have to be like more parts to this because
I love it. I'm
yeah,
down.
this is awesome. This is great. But for now, I'm just gonna say thank you so much for your time, for sharing your experience, your story, and your knowledge and sharing it with everyone out here. And I hope that everyone got something out of it. If you do have questions, like she said, leave them in the comments. We might do a part two and
Yeah.
actually answer those questions. I think that would be cool. And as per usual, Global Life is where you can find us on every platform. And until next time.